Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओम बोलो स्वामी सद्गुरु शिवानंद महाराज की जय. ओम बोलो स्वामी विष्णुदेवानंद महाराज की जय. हरि ओम तत्सत. ओम नमः शिवाय. Good. I offer my pranams to the lotus feet of Swami. I pray Swami gives us the understanding. It's Swami who speaks. It's Swami who listens through all of us. Hari Om. Okay. So far, Arjuna was listening and Krishna was explaining. Now Arjuna is posing a question. Number 54. Arjuna uvacha Stita prajnasya ka bhasha Samadhistasya Keshava Sthitadi kim prabhashet kimasita vrajeta kim. Keshava. Arjuna Vacha. Arjuna Vacha means Arjuna is saying, Arjuna is asking. Keshava is a name for Lord Krishna. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha. Sthita prajnasya means this word would be used very often in the upcoming verses. This is an important word. Sthita prajna means a person who is steady in his consciousness, who is in divine consciousness. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha. Arjuna is asking Krishna, this person, what is his description? Ka bhasha. What will he talk? Bhasha means what he'll talk. Ka bhasha. What will he talk? And how do I recognize this person is a sthita prajnan or not? Could you give me some symptoms so that I can recognize the sthita prajna, the person who has attained sthita prajna? Samadhistasya Keshava. Samadhistasya means situated in the divine consciousness, Keshava. The one who reached that samadhi state, the individual who is established in that higher knowledge. Sthita dihi kim prabhasheta. Sthita dihi, this enlightened person, prabhashita kim, what will he talk? Kim prabhashita, what will he talk? Because he has no objects. He is detached from the sense of objects. Kim prabhashita, what will he talk? Kim asit, how will he remain? How will he be? Vrajeta kim, how does he walk? How does he move about? So please tell me, Krishna, how do I identify this person as attained that sthita prajna, who is steady in that consciousness? In the next 18 verses, Krishna is going to keep explaining what is the sthita prajna, what is the description of the person who has attained the higher state of consciousness. He is going to give the picture of person who has attained the higher state of consciousness. Slokam number 55. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Prajahati yadha kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanyevatmana trushtaha stita prajnastadochyate. Shri Bhagavanuvacha. Now Bhagavan is replying. Supreme Lord Krishna is saying, Prajahati kaman, the one who discards the selfish desires. Prajahati is discards the selfish desires. Sarvan, all. The one who discards the selfish desires. Yada, when manogatan, the desires of the mind, cast away, which means there is no more desire to enjoy the world outside. It is not suppression of the desires, there is no more desires. Atmanyevatmana tushtaha. The individual has discovered in his heart the higher consciousness. Atmanyevatmana. He discovered the heart. He discovered in his own self, in his own heart, the higher consciousness. Prajahati yada kaman, who discards the selfish desires. Now, we need to take this sloka in toto to understand the meaning. The first line alone, if you take it, might give a different meaning. What we need to understand here is, because of the experience of that higher consciousness in the Atman, because of experiencing that, they have no more fascination towards the worldly objects. So, Sthita Prajna is one who has experienced the higher consciousness, and they have no more, because of that, they have no more fascination towards the worldly objects. Slokam number 56. Dukkeshvanu dvignamanaha sukeshu vigadasprihaha vitaragabhaya krodaha sthitadhir muni ruchyate. Dukkeshu, the miseries, the sorrows. Anudvignaha manaha, one whose mind, which is not disturbed. See, the one who does not, who is not getting disturbed when he faces any distress, any misery. The one sukeshu vigadasprakaha, the one who does not crave for any pleasure. Vitaraga bhaya krodaha. Vita means freeing, free from. Raga bhaya krodaha. Raga means attachment. Bhaya means fear. Krodaha means anger. There are varied emotions. Why Krishna is mentioning about these three emotions among all the varied emotions? Specifically, why he is mentioning these three emotions is because these three emotions are capable of making a man imperfection. So, which means there's a web. If you get caught into the web of these three emotions, you cannot think of perfection. Vita means Vita means Vita Raga Bhaya Krodha. Vita means freeing from Raga, attachment, Bhaya, fear, Krodha, anger. See, these three are interconnected. There is a web for these three. So, do I have to, if I have to get perfection, if a man have to get perfection, do they have to get rid of all the three? Krishna says, there is a technique. If you get free from this attachment, then obviously this bhaya and krodha will go away from you. These two are the consequences of the attachment. So if you focus on this attachment and if you work to leave that raga, then these two will automatically go away from you. For example, if we want to relate this to our day-to-day activities, in our family, if a loud person, if he goes away and if he says that he will come back on such and such time, and if he is not returning at that time, we'll give a little grace time to it. And if he's not coming back, then we'll start worrying. Oh, what happened? He said he will come by this time and he's not coming. So we will start worrying. Why is that? That is because of this attachment with that person. And when he is not coming, it is causing a little fear in you, and that fear is making you picturize and visualize. Oh, what happened to him? What happened to her? Why he or she did not come? What could have happened? You started picturizing. And once that person, after a delay, gap of few hours, once that person comes back home, we get really angry with them. We get really angry with that person. We say, what is wrong with you? Why did you come so late? We are all so worried. You know what is happening here and there. You don't understand the seriousness. Either we stop talking or we overtalk due to the anger. So that attachment brings you the fear, and that fear gets you this anger. So this anger and fear are the consequences of this attachment. So Krishna is giving a technique that work on to get rid of that attachment. So free yourself from that attachment. This bhaya and krodha will automatically go away. Slokam number 57. Yes sarvatra nabhisnehaha tatprapya subhashubham nabhinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratishtita. Yes, sarvatra anabhisnehaha. Anabhisnehaha means unattached. A person, under all circumstances, whether the situation is conducive or unconducive, if he is going to make his, he remains unattached, he remains steady. What is conducive, and when do we call a situation as conducive and non-conducive? When an event that is happening outside you or outside the world, which is in sync with our vasanas, then we call it as a wonderful situation, conducive situation. When things happening outside which are not sync with our vasanas, then we say it is a unconducive circumstances or an unconducive situation. So as long as these vasanas, they exist in us, we are bound by the conducive and non-conducive circumstances. So an individual who remains unaffected at all conditions, at all situations, who is not affected by the shubha, ashubha, good or ashubha means evil or bad, he is sthita prajna, the man with perfect knowledge. Such an individual who is not attached when the environment is conducive or non-conducive, he remains unattached and he maintains that steady. That person is called sthita prajna, man with perfect knowledge. That individual is called established in the higher state. Slokam number 58. Yada samharate chayam kurmonga niva sarvashaha indriyani indriyartebhyaha tasya prajna pratishtita. So Krishna is giving is relating with the kurma, means tortoise. So a tortoise, the moment the tortoise feels there is a possibility of danger around the tortoise, there need not be a danger, there is a possibility of danger, in no time the tortoise pull all its limbs into itself and it pulls everything inside and it is getting into the safety and its own shell. Within that shell it will go on be listening to what is happening around, but if there is a possibility of danger, it gets into the shell. And once the danger subsides, and once the tortoise is comfortable that there is no ruling out the possibility of danger, then it slowly comes out. This tortoise is doing it naturally. Just as the tortoise, Kurma, just as the tortoise, Angani, here you also, as an individual, he is giving a suggestion, meaning he is advising, just as the tortoise pull up its own limbs into its safety shell, the man of perfection, an individual who is the Sita Prajna, the man of perfection, the moment he sees that there is an attraction to the outside world, which can cause disturbance, he pulls all his sense organs and he pulls and he gets into the shell of his own understanding and his own greater experience. Indriyani, the senses, Indriya arthebhyaha, from the sense objects. It will be the man of perfection who has attained this Sita Prajna, who has attained this perfection, he will withdraw the moment he sees that something is going to attract him towards the worldly objects. Such an individual is Prajna Pratishtita, which is who has experienced the divine consciousness. He is the one who is well established in that higher state of consciousness. Slokam number 59. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Vishayaha means objects for senses, meaning sense objects. Vinirvartante, they retire from you, they run away from you, they restrain, they run away from you. Nirahara, hara means eating, meaning consuming. Here we need to take the meaning as consuming. Ahara means eating. Here we need to take the meaning as consuming. Nirahara means which is not consuming, one who is not consuming. Once you started rejecting the indulgence of indulging into the worldly objects, the temptation starts going away from you. As long as you are indulging, the sense objects you get attracted to that sense objects. The sense objects used to come towards you. The moment you start saying no to the sense objects, you started retiring from that sense objects, then even though there will be sense objects that's coming in, once you start saying no to it, then the sense objects will slowly run away from that individual. Only when you are indulging, those sense objects starts coming towards you. Once you start rejecting them, then the sense objects will no more attract you. Slokam number 60. Yatato hyapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitaha indriyani pramathini haranti prasabham manaha. So Kaunteya is son of Kunti. Here Krishna is addressing son of Kunti, Arjuna, as Kaunteya. Kaunteya, You need to be careful with the sorrows that are caused through these sense organs. Lack of tranquility. The senses are so strong, pramitini, and they are turbulent. Prasabham, they can forcibly haranti, they can carry away the manaha, the mind. You need to be, the senses are so strong and turbulent, Kuntiputra. They can forcibly carry away your mind. So unless your sense organs are well controlled, they will drag the mind and they create a chaotic condition. The turbulent senses, they do violently, they snatch away the mind. So you need to be really careful. And the person who has attained that Sthita Prajna is always careful for the sense organs and the objects, worldly objects. Slokam number 61. Tani sarvani samyamya yukta asita matparaha vasehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtita. The one who having restrained them all, they subdue. Sanmaya means subdue. Indriyani means their senses. Once having done that, he should sit and intend on me. Yuktaha, united. Asita, seated. Matparaha, that attention have to be towards me. Whose senses are under control, their wisdom is steady. Here we need to carefully see the word control. We are Krishna, meaning Vyasa, is not using the word suppression. Suppression is not a healthy way. It is not a healthy method of controlling. It is not a positive technique. Controlling the senses is the better way. And by turning and fixing the attention, Asita, seated, matparaha, by fixing the attention on the Supreme, Krishna, the emphasis will be on the inner growth and inner development, through which the senses, they drop out. They loses its velocity, they drop out. So Krishna says a constant attempt by focusing on the attention on that Supreme or to me, that individual's buddhi becomes steady or becomes in the perfect knowledge, prajna, perfect knowledge. Pratishtitaha means it is fixed. Slokam number 62. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanyayate kamaha kamat krodho bijayate. Dhyayet vishayaha. Vishayaha means sense object. Purushaha means of a person. Sangaha means here the attachment to the sense objects. Teshu, that sense object. Upajayate. Jayate means goes away. Upajayate means it arises. That sangataha, that attachment. Sangataha, sangyate. Sangat sanyate. That develops the desire. So, while contemplating on the object of the senses, the sense objects, we are attempting to free ourselves from the sense objects. So we are turning the attention to that Supreme, fixing our attention on that Supreme, slowly working on the inner strength, not suppressing by controlling. And while contemplating on the object of senses, there is a possibility that one develops getting attachment to that. So that attachment will again, what will happen? Kamaha, that will get leak, that will get connect you to the desire. And kama krodaha, from that desire, the disturbances will come. Any desire that we get, we always can observe there will be disturbance. So from that desire, the disturbance will come, and that disturbance will give room for krodaha. From that the anger arises. Krodaha abhijayate. Abhijayate means that arises. So in the process of contemplating with the sense objects, there is a possibility that you can get attached to them. So you need to be really careful, and the sthita prajna is one. When contemplating, he or she will be conscious not to develop an attachment to that object, because that object has every potential to attach that individual. Though they are winning and they are only contemplating on the objects now, there is an element of danger for getting that attachment into that desire. So you need to be really careful, and that desire have every potential to create disturbances in you. That kamaha, that disturbance, that desire will give room for krodaha abhijayate. For that, and from that the anger will arise, and from that everything will get every other emotions will get arise. So, do we have time for another sloka? Slokam number 63. I think we have only 3 minutes. So we'll end the session, and we'll see from slokam number 63 from the next session. Keeping your back straight, spine, neck, head in straight line. Gently take your chin parallel to the floor, shoulders relaxed, facial muscles relaxed, keeping your eyes closed. We'll chant Om 3 times together, followed by the closing prayer. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugantim Pushtivardanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityon Mukshiyamamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugantim Pushtivardanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityon Mukshiyamamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugantim Pushtivardanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityon Mukshiyamamritat. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukhabhag Bhavet, Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Salutations to our masters. Om Bolo Swami Sadguru Shivananda Maharaj ki Jai. Om Bolo Swami Vishnu Devananda Maharaj ki Jai. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thanks for joining the session. completely surrendering to Swami. Enjoy a beautiful evening. See you tomorrow, same time, 4 o'clock.